It's the beginning of the school year. You're sitting in your first class, first period, 9 a.m. It's early, you're tired, you're nervous, the teacher starts talking. You have no idea what they're talking about. Next class, same thing. Boom. It's right in your face. You are stupid. That's okay. We're going to talk about being stupid today because you can actually turn being stupid into your academic superweapon. This is great if you're applying to college. This is great if you're in college. This is great if you're at the beginning of your high school career. This is really great advice for anybody. This is even good advice for me. I'm a grad student. This is where this is coming from. I just started my grad program. I'm in the same situation as a lot of you where I feel really stupid every day. That's okay though, and I'm going to tell you why. So the first way to turn being stupid into your academic superweapon is you're going to go to office hours. You're going to go and ask questions in class. You're going to email your teacher with all these questions. If you are stupid and you recognize that you're a stupid or an idiot, only direction for you to go is up. You don't know what's being taught to you. So how do you learn it? You ask. You ask for help. You ask for advice. And by being forced to do this, you will get advice and you will learn things that people who don't know that they don't know. Because here's the thing, it's not really like you're significantly stupider than the rest of the people around you. There are, varying degrees of intelligence. Probably it's just that you are aware of your own limitations, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Please remember that feeling stupid just means that you're aware, which is good. This is a good thing. So anyway, we'll get back to that over here. But anyway, you're going to get a lot of advice through asking for help that you would not get otherwise. And what is this going to do? It's going to make you even smarter. Number 2, being stupid forces you to practice in ways others won't. Think about when you're practicing before a recital. When I played piano in high school, yes, I practiced so that I could try to get the piece as well as possible. But in reality, what I was practicing was making every possible mistake I could so I knew how to fix it in the performance. For example, one piece that I didn't practice as much because I felt very confident in it, I hit a chord where I was supposed to B flat and I hit B instead. And I froze because I had never encountered that error before. I didn't know how to get past it. So that actually ended up being a significantly worse performance than my performance of some of the pieces that actually I struggled with most. Because when I practiced it, I accidentally hit the B or B flat or whatever it was. So I had practiced, oh, right, sometimes I hit the B flat here, so I just need to make sure that when I do the next harmonic or whatever, I adjust it slightly, right? You're just kind of troubleshooting future moments of lack of knowledge. That's what practice is to me, anyway. I know that's different to a lot of people, but that's how I see it. So if you know you're stupid, you're gonna be doing this more. So you're actually going to get better because you're going to be able to overcome more obstacles than the average person. Here's another thing about being stupid that's great. You can use any study method you want because you don't really care about your reputation anymore, right? Because people maybe others don't think you're stupid, but you think you're stupid. So you don't have to prove to yourself that you're smart. I feel like so many people, you can spend a lot of times on your notes. Sometimes I like to make my notes pretty. I totally understand that, especially if it's a type of note that you have to refer to often, like a conjugation chart of a verb or something. I totally would spend a lot of time on that. But a lot of times it's okay to just write down something really quickly and really ugly and to just make it stupid looking, and to make it not attractive. And if you know you're stupid, you don't really need to worry about the aesthetics of what you're doing. And this allows you to practice more, and then it allows you to use these insane study methods that other people don't use. Like, maybe I'll be able to edit a photo into this, maybe not. When I go to the library to study, I legitimately have 15 sheets of paper in front of me that just have all the things I need to know. I have 7 books with me. I have my iPad and my phone and my laptop out. It looks like I am some fake hacker in a James Bond movie. It's honestly ridiculous. And if anybody walked by me, I look really stupid and I understand it, but I don't really care. Some people don't need these aids, but other people do. And if you're one of those people, you should just use them, and you should use it to boss up. #boss up. I don't know what the kids are saying these days. Please tell me what the youth are saying. Please comment. What do I say instead of boss up? Lock in? Is lock in the new boss up? Anyway, you just gotta lock in sometimes. And you know what? You can lock in better if you don't care about, the aesthetics of what you're doing. The other thing about being dumb is that if you want to succeed, you're gonna have to practice and study more than people who are naturally talented or naturally intelligent. I don't think there are actually many people who are falling into this category of being naturally intelligent, more intelligent than the average person. And I think if you think you're that person, no offense, but you're probably not. And I think if other people in your school think they are, they're probably not. Maybe you are, maybe. Probably not. So just develop discipline because this will give you more success throughout your life. And you can also use the discipline on other things. Right now academics is put as your number 1 priority. But let's be honest, when it comes to life, there's a lot. that is more important. For example, maybe family/connections, whatever. That could be friends, partners, etc. Also, like the ability to care for yourself in terms of going to the gym, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. You might be really good at this stuff right now, and you're just not so good at academics. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna have a great time when you're an adult, because I never really developed these skills, and it caught up to me. And now I'm much better at it. Self-care is really important, and it's something I like to talk about. But anyway, next tip, being stupid keeps you humble. Humility. Oh, yeah, and the other thing, we're kind of going out of order here, but the other thing is that teachers really like funny students. I'm a tutor. I'm gonna tell you right now, I love all my students. Don't get me wrong. But the funny ones, those are the ones I like meeting with, because it brightens my day. Teachers love funny students. Remember that being stupid is low-key kind of funny. Case in point, just think about himbos. What's funnier than a himbo? Nothing. Nothing is funnier than himbos. To me, anyway. Nothing is funnier than this. The other thing about interpersonal connections is that you can meet up with other people who are stupid. And obviously, I don't actually think you all are stupid. I'm just using that word because it's kind of funny. You can meet up with other idiots, other stupidos, and you can form little study circles. And you will make friends that way, and you will make connections with other people who struggle. And you can help each other out in ways that, again, people who think they are smart. Let's be real. We're all kind of on the same level playing field, I think. Obviously, there's opportunity differences, and that's separate. But, people who think they're smart will not be doing this, but they just think they're smart. In reality, I think we're all around the same, Or, final point here, if you don't feel stupid or lost, you're not challenging yourself. Thus, it follows naturally that feeling stupid can be a signal you're headed in the right direction. So I was thinking about this week because I really feel so freaking stupid in all of my class, literally every single one. There was not a single class I sat in this week where I thought to myself, I understand what's going on. I feel like I am in the same spot as my classmates. Not a single one. That can be really humbling. And I'm also not gonna lie, there were tears involved, okay? It's fine to cry. It's fine to be overwhelmed. If you're overwhelmed every day, you're taking classes that are too hard, and you should change your schedule. But if it's like once a week, here's how I gauge how much you should be upset. If you crying is still like kind of funny, like you can laugh because you're being ridiculous, or an hour later you're like, oh, that was funny, haha, I was just overwhelmed, I'm feeling better now. If you can laugh at it, you're fine, you're totally good. It's just, sometimes no pain, no gain. And not in a dangerous way, but just there's pain and there's struggle associated sometimes with existing in this world and trying to lock in, perhaps, as you would say. I'm not sure. Please do tell me. I'd like to be using more, youth language in my videos. I'd like to connect. So anyway, yeah, so sometimes when you lock in, you just gotta, there should be some pain involved, and that's okay. If it becomes an everyday thing and you can't sleep and you're miserable and you're depressed and you're having mental health issues, obviously change things up. No. Just say no. So anyway, just remember that if you're feeling stupid, again, it just means you're aware of your own limitations. And the other thing about being aware of your own limitations is it means that you have developed a certain amount of knowledge to know that you need this amount of knowledge. You know what I mean? And this is how I feel, because, not to want to rant here, but as a graduate student, you do a lot of research. So a lot of time I feel like I know this much, and then I realize, oh my God, I need to know this much. Oh, that's so crazy. I have to spend my whole life learning this much. This is like PhD, right? And then, oh my God, and then when I'm a professor, it's going to be this much. Oh, it's so overwhelming. I'm not even going to think about this right now. So this might seem really small right now. But the thing is, one, compare this to here, which is where I was, a long time ago. Not really, maybe 2 years. Honestly, I'm kind of new to this. It's much bigger. And then two, say I were only this big, I would think I only need to know this much, and I wouldn't be worried. So if you think you're stupid, you are right. I'm just kidding. It just means you are going in the right direction. Kind of a casual, silly video for you all today, but I hope that this message resonates with you. I don't really care how many views this gets. If 2 or 3 people can take something from this, that would make me happy. Your only homework is please do tell me how to say boss up in a way that your generation would understand better. Is lock in the term? Is lock in a good term? Leave me your favorite words that you want me to use in the next video.